Before the arenas, before the belts, before the legends whispered his name, there was just a hungry kid from Manaus, 17 years old, barefoot, broke, and burning for something greater. August 10th, 2004. His first fight. No crowd, no glamour, just a cage, another man, and the sound of destiny. 18 seconds, one head kick, knockout. Jose Aldo had arrived, and the world didn't even know it yet. From that night, he went on a rampage across Brazil. Knees, punches, soccer kicks. Opponents weren't losing, they were being erased. By 19, Aldo was feared. By 20, unstoppable. And by 21, inevitable. But it wasn't just violence that made him different. It was control. Every strike was clean, efficient, surgical. He didn't fight for chaos, he fought for mastery. And the deeper he went into the game, the sharper he became. Until finally, he got the call that would change everything. The WEC, the world's top featherweights, real money, real eyes, real legacy.
June 1st, WEC debut, the blue cage, the bright lights, and a calm kid from the favelas staring across at Alexander Nogueira, a veteran. Nogueira shot for takedowns. Aldo stuffed them. Then, as if bored, flipped the script. Ground and pound, elbows. Ref steps in. That was the start of a storm. Brookins finished. Perez finished. Mikel finished. Cub Swanson, 8 seconds. A flying knee that became an instant legend. Aldo wasn't fighting men. He was redefining the sport. Then came the title shot, WEC 44. Mike Brown, the champion, a powerhouse, a grinder, but Aldo was untouchable, fast, fluid, ruthless, a second-round TKO, and just like that, the throne had a new king. 9 straight defenses across the WEC and UFC. That's not just dominance, that's tyranny. Faber, Mendez, Edgar, Lamas, the Korean Zombie, they all tried to solve the puzzle. All failed. Every fight was a masterclass. The precision, the timing, the rhythm. Aldo wasn't a brawler, he was a technician wrapped in violence. Those leg kicks, they weren't strikes, they were statements. Each one said, you don't belong here. Each one took away your balance, your will, your future. He wasn't loud, he didn't need to be. His silence was his arrogance. He let his fighting do the talking, and it screamed louder than any trash talk ever could. In an era where fighters begged for attention, Aldo earned it through dominance. By 2015, Jose Aldo wasn't just a champion, he was a myth. 10 years, 18 straight wins. He hadn't lost at featherweight, hadn't even looked close to losing. He was the longest reigning champion in the sport. And that's when fate decided to play its cruelest trick. A new name entered the division. Conor McGregor, loud, flashy, ruthless.
Dana, 60 G's, baby!
Everything Aldo wasn't.
Been cleared to fight by a doctor. What do you think happened?
I mean, the man is running scared. I cannot force a man who is not willing to step in and fight. I cannot force him into the octagon to face me, but really I cannot hold any grudge towards him because I would not want to face me either because
Conor mocked him, chased him, screamed his name in press conferences, press tours, and nightmares.
Otario, Otario!
You know what that means? Pussy.
And for the first time in years, Aldo looked emotional. The calm king started to crack. You could feel it when McGregor snatched his belt during that infamous press tour. This wasn't just a fight anymore. It was personal. It was legacy. It was Brazil versus Ireland.
For him to say he is the king and I am the joker, if this was a different time, I would invade his favela on horseback and kill anyone that was not fit to walk. But we are in a new time, so I'll whoop his ass in July.
UFC 194, Las Vegas. Aldo walks out draped in the Brazilian flag, the nation behind him, the weight of history on his shoulders. Across the cage stands McGregor, grinning, taunting, vibrating with madness. The bell rings. 13 seconds later,
Smiling. Oh! Just slapped him!
after 10 years of dominance, his empire collapsed in less than half a minute. Aldo lay still. Not just knocked out, but broken in spirit. Because this wasn't just a loss, it was a lifetime of control, shattered by one wild punch. For years, he'd built a reputation on perfection. Now the world remembered him for a single moment of imperfection.
In the days after the knockout, Aldo disappeared. No interviews, no statements, no excuses. He went home to Rio, to his family, to the only place that still felt real. But inside him, something had shattered. Not just pride, not just the belt, something deeper. Because when you've been perfect for 10 years, the world doesn't just beat you, it erases you. They called him overrated, but in silence, Aldo went back to the gym. He didn't talk, he didn't post, he trained. And when cameras finally caught him months later, there was something different in his eyes. UFC 200, Las Vegas, again, the same city that took everything from him. Interim title on the line. 5 rounds later, victory. Just Aldo, standing there, hands on his hips, expression cold. Then came Holloway, twice. The new generation, younger, longer, hungrier. Aldo gave everything, fought with pride, fought with heart. But sometimes, heart isn't enough.
Who's not entertained by my pain? Who ain't cash a check off my name? When my campaign turned to campaign, I burned 8 billion to take off my chains. Burn, baby, burn. Sometimes it hurts, I guess I never learned.
Most men would have walked away. Aldo didn't. Instead, he made a move no one saw coming, down to 135 pounds. People laughed, said he was crazy, said he'd kill himself trying. But that's the thing about Aldo. When he says he'll do something, he does it. He walked through the fire, cut the weight, and stepped into a new world, Bantamweight. And suddenly, the king was back. It started with Marlon Moraes, a razor-close decision that could have gone either way. But even in defeat, people saw something. Speed, precision, the old Aldo, reborn. Then came Chito Vera, and Aldo's smile after victory told the story. Not of revenge, not of legacy, but of peace. Then he went on a streak. Munhoz, Font, 3 wins in a row, vintage performances. At 35, Aldo wasn't chasing belts anymore. He was chasing moments, teaching the new generation that greatness doesn't fade, it just evolves. He'd gone from the destroyer to the teacher, from the king to the mentor. Every fight, every win, every loss, it was all part of something greater now. Outside the cage, Aldo built what he never had as a kid. A life, a family, a gym, a future. He opened training centers, helped young Brazilian fighters chase the same dream he once fought for barefoot in Manaus. He became a symbol not of power, but of perseverance. Because legends are easy to love when they're on top, but true respect comes when they've been broken and still stand back up. That's who Jose Aldo became. A story of endurance, a story of evolution, a story that burned but never went out. 19 years of fighting, 9 title defenses, victories across generations, and a legacy that outlived every criticism. But if you listen closely, you can still hear it. The heartbeat of a man who refused to die a victim of his past. He wasn't just the king of Rio, he was the king of fire, the man who burned the world and then rebuilt it with his own hands. Because in the end, Aldo's story isn't about dominance, it's about redemption. It's about getting knocked out in front of millions and coming back anyway. It's about legacy not written in gold, but in scars.
If you made it this far, be sure to like the video, be sure to write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel.